Welcome to the channel. I am the Jamaican Scoop Diva. These are the headlines for this video. Lieutenant Stitchie is unresponsive and his wife now starts a GoFundMe to raise US $100,000. Vybz Kartel is now in the studio for the very first time 1 month after his release, and he has some very interesting words for some of his haters who are calling him soft. Kadija Shaw receives her second award for her excellent work as a footballer. Black Rhino salams Sean Stam, saying that he does not know him to be a gangster, but rather a bus driver and a mechanic instead. And finally, a Range Rover slammed into a Honda Fit in an unfortunate hit-and-run car accident where a 9-year-old unfortunately lost his life. Keep watching for more details. To kick things off, I'm going to start with Lieutenant Stitchie. Very saddening news. Of course, he is a veteran dancehall artist, also a veteran reggae artist. Now, according to our Today website, gospel reggae artist Lieutenant Stitchie faces several health crises. Family launches GoFundMe for medical care. Now, gospel reggae artist Cleveland Lang, more popularly known as Lieutenant Stitchie, has reportedly suffered a severe brain hemorrhage that has left him unresponsive in a long-term care facility. His family has moved to start a GoFundMe campaign to assist the funding of the Warrior Size singer rehabilitation care. The funding campaign was created on Monday, September 2 by Sophia Leng, and some USD $635 has been raised so far of the USD $100,000 goal. She says, "Dear family and friends and well-wishers, we are reaching out to you during this incredibly challenging time. Our beloved Cleve Lieutenant Stitchie Leng, a husband, father, and friend, has recently suffered a severe brain hemorrhage that has left him unresponsive. We urgently need you to join us to provide the help needed in a long-term care facility where he can receive rehabilitation care. Your donation will make a difference by bringing hope to Lieutenant Stitchie and his family during this difficult time." Of course, very sad news. I know that Lieutenant Stitchie actually changed over his career from dancehall to a reggae singer, gospel reggae singer, after he was involved in a car accident, and he decided to, change his life for the better and give his life over to God. There was a video circulating about 10 months ago where he was on stage, I believe in Canada, performing, and it was just very difficult to watch. It was very heart-wrenching. He was actually performing and he said he was going to sit down, and when he sat down he lost his balance and fell straight on the floor, on the ground, on stage, live in front of the whole audience to see what was taking place. And despite falling down, he actually went ahead and he continued singing. His voice sounded good. He was a little bit off key, but what do you expect? My concern was that I felt like once he hit the ground, someone should have came out to help him. At one point I was wondering if people were trying to, unfortunately, allegedly trying to monetize off of his suffering. Sometimes people do tend to go viral when something like that happens. Sometimes people go viral when a car accident happens. People go viral when there's a health issue. So I was thinking to myself, why did they allow him to be on the ground for so long before someone came and helped him? So clearly he was battling some type of health issue prior to now, and unfortunately now he's unresponsive. But right now we just have to pray for him, pray for his family and his loved ones. We as his fans, I'm his fan, I love his songs, gospel, reggae, fast and pray, Weary Side, so many more. So all the best to Lieutenant Stitchie, Mr. Cleveland Ling, and his family members. Moving on to, of course, some lighter news, more positive news. We have Vybz Kartel, who seems to be in the studio for the very first time since his release. So it's been 1 month and he's in the studio, according to him, with his sons. He's in his son's studio, and he's just vibing out. He's talking about ABC Fast or Slow that he actually used to play with Sidem. I think that's very cute. I think they make a very cute couple. I think it's nice that he's settling down. I think it's a good look for him. He's about 47 years of age now, so settling down at that age is not bad. They're saying that Sidem Ozurk, I think her name is, she held him down throughout the period he was in prison. Of course, we know that he and Sharti have been separated now. So he's now coming out, lashing out at some of his, I guess, haters who are calling him soft. And he had this to say: "To all the West people them where I send message and I call up Vybz Kartel name on TikTok and IG, this is my first and last response. On a look pop down Poverty-stricken, hungry, half-naked and frustrated. And me make nothing go on for no. Uno just naturally born worthless. Ouch. Some old boy or old girl when me I see a look at hype, it's too late for no. Uno gone die broke, uno gone die broke, unhappy, with not even a piss pot for leave uno descendants. Sorry, not sorry. He said what he said. He said what he said. And of course, there is a video where he's explaining that, listen, I want to settle down because I'm happy, I'm the best. This is the best of me. I don't want anybody to encourage me if I'm a bag of girl. I don't want anybody to encourage me to do things that's going to put me back into prison. I want to live a better life. And here's the video. Let's take a listen.
Few people, not a lot, just a few people. I mean, I never joke them and make them serious, but a few people have said, well, Kartel, you get soft, you turn one burner, you're this, you're that. Bro, a different life, man, I live here. What do you want to do? See, man, go back to prison and them things, the dog. Certain lifestyle, when I now go see that, you see me? Yeah, I don't want a man tell me about no this and no that and no badness and them things, the dog. Dog, remember, man, bad and go evil in them, man. A bill, man, a bill from them lifestyle, you see it? Because who know, and who no know, just don't know. You see me? Man, life happier. Life is always happy because you don't know from it becomes 5 stars and I make money and I told the world. My life happy right now, my life happier. So you say? So nothing I know one. Me even go certain place, a boy can't see me and try to draw me out. You see it? Just know that my dead. So I'm here living my bestest life. No? Oh.
Now, moving on from Vybz Kartel to even more positive news, we have Kadija Bonisha, Jamaican-born and raised footballer, receiving her second nomination. Now, Jamaican and Manchester City striker Kadija Bonisha has been included on the prestigious 30-player shortlist for the 2024 Women's Ballon d'Or. I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, marking her second nomination for the award. This honor places her among the best female footballers globally and highlights her remarkable performance despite a challenging season. Now, of course, she returned to football after a broken leg. The 27-year-old had an outstanding season in the Barclays Women's Super League, where she shattered multiple goal-scoring records and won the WSL Golden Boot, scoring 21 goals in just 18 appearances. That is very commendable, and I'm very proud of her because I know that I'm not a football fan, first of all. I'm not really, but people like that do stand out and they do get my attention. No, Kadija was actually playing, I think, for the Reggae Girls, and I believe she was treated a little bit unfairly. She and some of her other teammates, I feel like they weren't getting, well, allegedly, they weren't getting paid. They weren't getting proper treatment and accommodations, and she spoke out against it, and I think she was cut. Correct me in the comments, but she was either cut or suspended. She did not let that stop her. She did not hold her head down. She held her head up, and she moved on to play for, I don't want to tell no lie, wait name, Manchester United. That's so correct, Manchester City, my bad. And now she's making amazing strides. She's getting awards, she's breaking records. So I'm always going to support my Jamaican woman when it comes on to anything that has to do with positivity and talent and all that good stuff. So let me know what you think in the comment section, and again, congratulations to you, Miss Kadija Shah. Now, of course, I have said my positive news, but you don't know, say, what I forgot on a little baga little saucy. Now, ever since Vybz Kartel and Sean Storm have been released, some people have, comments to say about, who was more loyal to him, etc., etc. Now, of course, Sean Storm has been going back and forth with Black Rhino, and he had some less than nice things to say about the dancehall artist who is actually a former member of the Pomor Empire. Now, Black Rhino, in an attempt to give his side of the story, had this to say in an interview on this thing. Now, he said the zombie, and he's referring to Sean Storm. Could that be because he, cake soap? Anyway, so he said, try style him. I never try style him yet, says Rhino, who is currently living overseas. He further detailed that he assisted Sean Storm in the past, and he won't say anything to tear him down. He also recalls initially knowing Sean Storm as a bus driver and mechanic and not a gangster. So simply put, he's not going to be going back and forth with a bus driver or a mechanic, because he's not a gangster, so he doesn't need to be a gangster to respond to him. And of course, this is not the first rift that Black Rhino has been involved in. Let's recall a few years ago where Popcorn actually kicked Black Rhino clean off the stage. So the members of the Portmore Empire can be very entertaining, and they can be very passionate as it regards to you know supporting Vibes Cartel, so and so and so. Of course, Black Rhino and Vibes Cartel, I wouldn't say they have a beef, but they're not tight right now. Of course, there was an incident maybe more than 10 years. Of course, more than 10 years ago. He's been in prison 13 years, but he was treated quite poorly by allegedly by Vibes Cartel. So I guess they have squashed all of that now, and they're moving on, and they're just trying to keep the well. Black Rhino seems to be keeping the peace. Of course, he's gonna drop shade on Sean Sam, call him a zombie, and call him a mechanic. But listen, everybody had a career before music, so it is what it is. Let's keep it moving. And finally, I have to address this very unfortunate, saddening, heartbreaking car accident, a hit and run car accident actually, that took place in Christiana, Manchester. Now, a 9-year-old boy died as a result of injuries he sustained in a two-vehicle crash in Christiana, Manchester on Monday morning. The boy, who is the son of a policewoman, was being transported by her to school when the collision happened on the Sedberg main road in the parish. The policewoman, who is a constable assigned to the Christiana police station, has since been admitted to hospital in critical condition. Preliminary reports are that about 7 a.m., the woman was driving a Honda Fit motor car with her son as a passenger along the Sedberg main road when there was a collision with a Range Rover motor vehicle. They were both assisted to the Percy Junior Hospital, where the boy was pronounced DEAD. The Jamaican Police Federation has since made an urgent request for blood donations for the female police officer. Kindly donate blood to the National Blood Bank or any blood receivable location island-wide, and take the receipt to the Percy Junior Hospital or any blood receivable location island-wide. Very unfortunate. And if you look at the video, I have to commend our regular citizens who were able to just quick fast jump on the situation and assist the officer and of course her son to the nearest hospital as soon as possible. Now this is my thing when it comes on to cars and speeding. I was not on the scene, but I believe that that Range Rover driver lost control. I'm not aware if he has been found since then, but let me just give all the drivers out there some advice. Now, I'm not no I'm not no race car driver. I am not a professional driver. I just drive like normal people. But I do believe that safety comes first. I do believe that speeding kills. I don't believe that you should try to show off on the streets. Like, listen, driving is not something that you show off with. You get in your vehicle, whatever vehicle you have, you try to get to your destination as safe and as sound as possible. You don't try to prove, you don't try to show off. Listen to me. I understand if you are late, you're late already. It now gonna make no difference if you're bang, 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 bang. Because hear what? When a person is speeding and driving recklessly, usually it's not the person who is taking their time carefully driving that causes problem. Is the speeding person usually hurts the person who is driving slower. So I advise everybody, be careful if you're on a highway cruise. There's no need to be driving like a fast and furious person. That's completely unnecessary, because a life loss is something that you can never regain. But if you're late, you could live another day to be early another time. You understand me? Like I said, driving is not for showing off. Show off bring disgrace. You see, the man jump out time good Range Rover and took off, never to be seen again. Remember that. That being said, I am the Jamaican Scoop Diva. Please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Please don't forget to hit the notification bell and leave your comments below. Please take care of yourselves.